Hello, everyone.
Good morning, everyone, and hello.
Yes, we were just chatting away and almost missed going live. So here we are. What we are doing today is we've pulled out some old kits. Now, mine is relative. It's a couple of months old. I get kits in every month, so it's all relative, I guess. Anyway, but I need to kind of clear them out. I have got actually three kits that are kind of old that I'm gonna probably work with today. And I'll just show mine real quick, Daria, and then you can show yours. I actually
Okay.
have just this little tiny bit here. There's just a few scraps of paper, some ribbon, and some metallic paper that I could blow this one up real quick and be done with it. So I'll probably do that with this one. And then I've also got this Celebrate one. I don't think I'm going to work with this one today. I think I'm going to focus on this Tea Time, which I just have a few pieces of paper in, and then this Bugs and Kisses that I've got quite a bit left in. And I've already made several cards with this Bugs and Kisses, but you get so much product. There's one, two, three. There's a fancy fold 4, another fancy fold 5, and I got two 5x7s. So I've got 7 cards I've already made out of this kit, but I have plenty of materials left. So that's what I'm going to be working with today. And I'm going to let Daria talk about what she's going to be working with. And I think I'll give you the big screen. That way they
Okay.
can see. There we
Yes,
go.
I'm going way back. I'm going back to December of 22 with a Spellbinder's kit called Love Grows Here. That's when they were still including the dies and stamps with the kit. So it tells you how old it is.
I'm trying to get you on
Um,
the big screen. There we go. Okay.
yeah, and these are these lot of nice supplies, papers and chipboard frames, sentiments, some more chipboard pieces, lots and lots of ephemera. I don't know if I'll ever use it. Then I stamped out the stamp,
Oh, let's
and
do it.
not sure if I'll be using that today, but I decided to stamp it out ahead of time. And here's the stamp and the dies that go with it. So anyway, I can make about, I'm not sure how many cards. There's so much stuff in this kit.
Yeah. Yeah, this stuff just lays around in our, can you hear me?
Yep,
Hang on.
yep.
Okay. It just lays around in our craft room, and if we don't get to working with it, it's just going to be there. I see that we have Cece here. Hello, Cece from
Hi,
South
Casey.
Carolina.
Good morning.
We've got Gloria's here. Hi, welcome.
Hi, Bo.
And we've got Temperance. Hi, good morning. Welcome.
Hey, Tempe.
Glad to
Good
see
morning.
everyone. So
That's
we're
my
just gonna,
granddaughter, by the way.
okay,
Tempe.
good, great. I'm glad she made it. So we're just gonna get to working on this, and we'll just see what we can come out with. So.
Okay.
I think I am going to start with this one that I just have just a few bits and pieces and just consider it done. So I'll move this off to the side and work with it for a minute.
Okay, and I'm going to start with a shaker.
Oh, cool. I guess I had a few more pieces of paper hiding behind there that I didn't know I had, but I think I'm going to need them. So, because I've just got some very minimal scraps left with this.
Yeah.
And I told Daria I cheated and I got some card bases from Hobby Lobby when I was there picking up some vinyl, and I'm going to use them. And my craft room is still a little bit disheveled from the live last night that we had for KCC 18. So this is a scrap piece where I cut out of the middle. And as you guys know, I like to make the most of it. So I'm going to use it for a card base.
Yeah, I like doing that too, especially with specialty papers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Usually like my my spellbinders. I'm going to do that with it because it's a little bit costly. So you want to make the most of it. So anyway, we're just going to have some fun. Yeah, great kits to use that kit that Dari and I were talking before we went live. That kit she's got, I had, and
Oh, the one I'm
I
using for KCC or this one?
the one that you're showing right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now that's not the time offline, right?
No,
That's
this
the
one is
love. That's
that's
the
the love one.
lovebirds.
No,
Yeah.
Time Offline is the one I'm using for KCC 18. Yeah, this one here that I made these two cards.
Right. But
Yeah.
the other one that you showed is that love with the birds that you
Yeah.
stamped out. Yeah, I have that one too.
Oh, you got that one
I
too?
don't have any of it left. I just have the stamp set. So that was all I got at this point. And that was because I, like you, I think you probably did all the kits back um, when Spellbinders had those kits. I did them too. I
Yeah,
loved them. I loved them. But now I do the Love from Lizzie kits because I'm part of the design team and I love her kits too as well. Now
yeah,
hers have some really unique, unusual things in them apart from, because you usually get some lace. Um, this one has, and I picked it up. What did I do with it? This one has some mesh, which is kind of unusual.
yeah. I've
And
got a bunch of that stuff.
yeah, and she put some ribbon in there. I mean, just a bunch
Nice.
of unusual bits and pieces. This one, the Bugs and Kisses, actually had a candle and a wax stamp. And that was the first
Oh,
time
nice.
yeah, that was the first time I ever used a wax stamp because I didn't use my spellbinders until after I had tried this one. So anyway, so fun, 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 fun. I have a video coming out where I don't think I told you this story, where
Mm.
I just did a whole bunch of wax sills, just a
Oh,
whole bunch of them.
okay.
I just spit and it was, my first experience with the spellbinders one, and I just kept just waxing and waxing and waxing and waxing until I got to what I thought I wanted. So
Cool.
I really didn't turn out anything other than a bunch of wax sills. I had some cards that I brought in and kind of stuck some down on, but other than that, I'm trying to decide if this is how I want
Well,
it.
now you've got to make a whole bunch of cards.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I'm trying to decide. I think I want it shorter than that. That's what I wanted to go this way. I think my math is off today.
Blame it on
But
Medicine Head. That's all.
yes, 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 yes. For sure. There we go. We're going to go with that. That's cute. Yeah, this kit's going to be quick to get rid of because there's just not much here. Of
It'll
course, I've
make
got
it
all these pill-offs that
such
I
a
can
great
save.
feeling too. Say, ah, finished, done.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we have a tendency to want to buy, 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 and we really have stuff in our stash that we can use. And I
Yeah,
think I mentioned on one of my nighttime lives the other day that I had a bunch, that I was going through my stash and seeing a bunch of older things that I had that I haven't played with, maybe one time, made the video and put it up. And they said that they would really be interested in watching that old stuff because they probably have those items as well and, might want to drag them out and get some ideas.
well,
So
there you go.
yeah, so I might do like a series of that. That's just too big for that. I die cut out a little tiny circle out of it. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm just looking at these scraps and how I can use them.
Yeah, I've got this shaker tape, but oh, it's very, very sticky,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not crazy about it, but I got it, so I got to use it.
Yeah. Now this is interesting. I don't know what I cut this with, but I've kind of got almost a deckled edge on there. I bet I used a,
Die cut, maybe?
yeah, I think maybe her postage stamp die would have done that. So I'm
Okay.
gonna trim that down and I think it'll look cute on there. I'm gonna just trim it down a little bit and we'll make a little layer. Oh, I gotta go. I don't even know what size I cut that down to because I was winging it.
All right. I can tell my cat's been in my craft room again.
Well, at least you didn't have kids in there. Man, I'll tell you what. They get in my craft room and I never know what's going to happen. We had all the kids yesterday. I was telling Courtney this morning, I was still cracking up because when I came in from church, I had to count. I'm on the counting team. And so when you're on the counting team, you get home late from church. So I told everyone, because we're having Pat's birthday party, they had their marching orders. They knew what they had to do. And so they all came to the house and started getting everything ready. And then we trickled in a little bit later because we had to do the counting.
Right.
And so when I came in, all four of the boys were heaped in a pile on the floor just wrestling. And it was so cute to see all four of them. the little ones with the bigger ones. It was just so cute to see them all down there just wrestling around, just having a good old time. It was fun. So I enjoyed walking into that. I thought that was cute. This
Yeah.
would be cute too.
Yeah. Well, we have our granddaughter, our 6-year-old granddaughter joins in with the boys,
Oh yeah.
along with my youngest daughter's boyfriend. He's right on the floor with them.
Yeah. Now Harper would do that too because she had just her cousins for a long time before her brothers came along.
Uh-huh.
And she always wrestled around with her cousins. So she, because she just had boys to play with all the time.
Yep.
And so she has no problem getting right in there with them and rolling around, but she wasn't home and she wasn't here. So anyway, so it was just the boys and they were having a blast.
Oh, that's cool.
So anywho, so I need to look at the chat. I'm just busy yakety yakking and I'm not looking at the chat. Okay. Hey, good morning, Linda.
Hi,
Oh,
Linda.
Cece said it's not cheating. We're just using our time wisely. And Gloria said the KCC hop was fun. And Ruby D, hi from Arkansas. And then Temperance said, Dad asked if you guys were doing skateboard tricks when I mentioned you were live. and Gloria's chuckling at her, so that's funny. Yeah, no skateboard tricks. Now I have been known to fall off of a scooter occasionally when the grandkids want me to scoot with them, and I'm always like, oh, I don't really want to hurt myself. My,
Okay. This
I think
this
I may have said this before on live. I don't know, but my home ec teacher in high school said, you're getting old when you fall and you stop to check your bones instead of looking around to see if anyone saw you. I'll never
Yes.
forget her saying that.
Oh, yes.
That's funny. So, oh mercy, I've got all these bits and pieces here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to add. Thought maybe I had my little mouse I could add, but I must have used my mouse must have been my favorite. I used them all up.
Yeah. I am having issues with sticky,
Issues.
yeah, with sticky fingers and then
Oh,
everything sticking to my fingers instead
yes.
of going into the shaker.
Yeah, that's not fun. Um, Now here I've got one that I have stamped, die cut out, and colored that I could add to it, but I have these others that are already ready to go. I'm trying to find just the right size to go on here. I don't know.
Okay, I never have problems like this with my shaker cards.
Well, I'll just keep talking and you'll work through it. It'll all be okay. We've got this, which I haven't used. I'll just put it down there. This was a pre-made sentiment that came in the kit, and I haven't used it. So if I do that, I don't show much of that paper. So I think I'll offset it a little bit, and we'll just do with love. And then, oh, we could have poked in some flowers in here, and that could be a focal point. Let's see. We have a candle. We got a bug. This is the Bugs and Kisses kit. This is why it has so many
Oh,
bugs in it.
those are pretty colors.
Yeah, it is really pretty. I like the blue. I thought it was nice. I'm telling you, here's another one of those. So I haven't used those at all. She just really curates the cutest little kits. And you're doing a nice job of keeping your desk clean, and I'm doing a nice job of keeping mine a mess. I'm going to clean it up a little bit so they can see what I'm doing.
Wait, I'm just getting started.
Oh, mercy. So there we
Now this
go.
is the tricky part. Take the backer off the sticky part without knocking all the bits out.
Yeah. All right, let's just cluster a bunch of these up and tuck them in because I need to use these floral elements. I don't think I've used much of them
Are you
either.
on card number 2 already?
Oh, no, 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 I'm
Oh,
not. I haven't
oh,
even, all I have is a panel with a cinnamon on there, and I need a focal point. So, no, I'm not yet. Just gonna try and throw something together here and see if I can get onto that other kit. Just layering up some things. one to where you can't even see it. I picked up this tape runner from Hobby Lobby. I had to go get some HTV. The kids are going on a cruise. Hannah and her husband, they just celebrated their anniversary, and they've got a cruise coming up this next week. And they travel with a group of people, which we've always done that when we go on cruises. And they're making goofy shirts for everyone in their group to wear. And so the one she had me make a goofy shirt for. So I had to go get some HTV the other day and get it ready so that actually she's going to pick it up today. She's in town to get her hair done and she's going to pick it up. So I had to crank it out and get it done. But it's kind of funny. It says, I like to put my hands in people's mouths, and it has a tooth on it because she's a
a hygienist?
yes, a hygienist. And so she's going to have to wear that on the cruise. So I thought that was cute.
Okay, the hard part is done.
All right. Oh, cute. Hold that up again. Oh, that looks good. Super cute. Now, was that one of those frames?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention, so I apologize, but I thought it was probably one of those frames.
Yeah, those frames are really nice for shakers.
Yeah. And I never used them for that. So you've just given me some inspiration. I don't know why.
Good.
In fact, I think I've got a little container of those frames in there. So that will be fun. I'll have to get them out and do it. We're going to kind of cover up our mouses. I keep saying mouth.
Your meese.
Our meese. We're going to cover them up. Can't think. Can't talk. Let's see. What else is going on? Check the chat out. See if there's anything else going on. Nope. Everybody's pretty quiet. They're probably watching us fumble around.
Yeah. Either that or trying to wake up.
Yeah. All right, I got that laid down on there. Now, I'm going to try and make another one with this. I thought I'd only get one card out of this, but I didn't realize there were a couple more pieces of paper in here. And I just laid them aside, and so I'm going to make another one, and we'll come up with something. Somehow, there's not a lot here, but there's a little. And then we'll move on to that other kit, because there's quite a bit in that other kit. Okay. Let's see. We have this and this. That's kind of cute. And this. Oh, I like this, I think. Or maybe. This is truly going to be a scrap card.
Hey, sometimes those come out the nicest.
Yeah, you never know. You just never know what's going to happen with them.
I'm not even paying attention.
I'm not either, so don't feel bad. I'm just trying
Hopefully other people are paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't feel bad. I'm not paying attention either, so I don't know what's going on. I got a little bit of this cardstock left here. Let's see if we can just... Okay. All right. I think maybe what size is this? This is the wrong direction, so I don't want to do that. All right. We're going to make it work.
Okay. I think the first one's done.
Oh, good job. So you've got yours done, and I've got mine. So
all
here
right.
we go.
Good
so
job.
We got one done. We're 19 minutes, and I always say the first one is the hardest.
Yep.
Once you get going, then you start to speed up, I think. It seems like when I make even like my pre-recorded videos, I'm like, man, that first card took forever. And then I whiz through the other ones for some reason. Okay. I guess you got to get your momentum going. I think is what you have to do.
So there we go.
What have we got here?
Okay, this one's probably going to be a quick one because I've got all the pieces pretty much put together.
Do you?
So using some old embossing folders. This is an old Doris one. I don't know how many years it.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. Take off. I think about it.
Though I do have to say, I really like the size of the Spellbinders embossing folders.
Yeah, I do too. Go here and see if this will work. I'm Laura Basson would say I'm spitballing it. That's what I'm doing. That's what she says she's doing. She's spitballing it. And my spitballing is not quite as good as hers.
Okay, so okay.
I think that can work. Okay. All right. Move my camera. No, I don't know. We got a weird angle going, but oh well.
Okay. I thought I had all my papers cut down. Oh, well.
Oh, there's my desk up. Maybe that'll help. You know, I brought that table in out of the garage to put my Cricut on and my paper cutter. I just sent you that video. And
Yeah.
that table, the Cricut and stuff is too heavy for it.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's starting to bow. So
Oh,
I'm like,
boy.
Pat's like, we just need to get you another table. So I've been looking on Amazon, and they've got some pretty inexpensive. In fact, I could probably get it as quickly as tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So I'm probably gonna get a table that is gonna be able to withstand the weight of that. You know, because those Cricuts, they're not light. So I'm gonna do that. Anyway, it's a constant battle. So this is very uneven. So I'm going to add some of these Love from Lizzie strips to it and see if we can make it look like something. So I've got these.
Okay, well.
I've got these. Let's, I haven't used any of these, so we'll give these a whirl. Cece says she's watching while trying to tidy up a bit. I completely get that. I will watch on my iPad, and it has a little stand here in my craft room. And I'll just take that stand and just drag it all around the house. As I'm moving throughout the house cleaning or whatever, I just drag it around with me, and that way I can watch and listen. And then I'll take a pause every once in a while and comment just so they know I'm still there.
Yeah.
And I'm multitasking, which I think, we have to do. We've got so much to do. Okay, I've got
Yeah.
my fussy cutting scissors, my Misty magnet, and my reverse tweezers all magnetized together there. That's how stuff gets piled
Okay.
up.
Okay,
Last night when I go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think I mixed my my card kits. I think I have two and some
2 and
papers.
1.
Yeah, this one doesn't belong. I know it goes with something else, but I'm not quite sure what.
Been there, done that. Every once in a while, I'll find a random stamp or die like on the floor, and I'm like, I have no idea. So I have a place for random things that I find, and then when I get that stamp or die set out and I realize that it's missing, I know where to look for it, because
Yeah, I
occasionally
have
that.
a steel bowl, a magnetic
Yeah,
bowl that I got from Harbor Freight. That's where I put all the dies that I kind of misplaced.
yeah, yep, I hear you. And I always, when I sweep, I always listen carefully
Yes.
for any kind of noise that would indicate I've swept up something I should not be sweeping up.
But
Because I've got that.
I don't know who suggested getting one of these, but I went to Harbor Freight and I picked it up. The magnetic thing that stretches out.
My
Boy,
sister
has
said
this come in handy.
my
Oh,
sister said
wow.
she has one, and she almost, when we were talking about losing a die me losing a die the other day, she said I almost brought that over so you could, but then I found it. My problem is that carpet that I have down is multicolored, and
Ah,
it's a kind of a rust and I don't know, it's peachy rusty, I don't know, but it's the perfect color to lose the Spellbinders colored dies on.
oh,
You know what
wow.
I mean? And so
Yeah.
I just have to get on the floor and just sit and look and kind of rub my hands around it and see what I can find. So that's what I do. Anyway, These are just kind of bigger. I almost feel like I need to use them like in a scrapbooking because I mean that just to me that's just too big for an A2 size card. This is more of a 5x7 card piece.
Yeah.
So, which Lizzie does include 5x7s. I know US more, you know, does more of the A2 size cards, and some of the other countries do the bigger cards more frequently, or square cards or whatever. For US, if you make a square card, it costs more to mail. So I think that's
Yeah.
typically why we don't make square cards.
You know what I do? I take a square card and put it in a 5x7 envelope.
That is such a great idea. Hey, Verilyn, welcome. Glad you could
Hello.
join us. We're just playing with some old card kits that we have in our stash. Mine's not so old, but it's probably 2 or 3 kits behind. So I'm just
And
trying
mine
to,
about 3 years old.
yeah.
Two and
So
a half years old.
yeah, we're just having some fun, busting up some kits and making some space in our craft room, hopefully.
Yeah, and hoping to encourage other people to do the same.
Yes, exactly. Drag that stuff out and have fun playing with it. I, I do a video every day, except on the days I do lives. I've given that up. I'm giving myself a break. If I'm going live, I don't have to air a video. Sometimes I will if I've got requirements, but I have the most fun when when I don't have a goal. You know what I mean? When I don't, I don't have a requirement or whatever. I just sit down and play. And what's funny is a lot of times I'll turn out a better result too. Because I
Yep.
take my time and just, you know,
You don't
so
feel pressured.
yeah, I don't have any pressure for that. And it's just, I don't know, it just works well. I have a little hello die that came with this kit that would be cute. And I have this weird circle that I can't use. I bet I could get it die cut out of there. I can. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to die cut this out real quick.
Okay. Yeah, since Spellbinder's kits came with 2 of everything, I decided to go ahead and pop this one on top of the matching one to give it a little bit of dimension.
Oh, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. And I think you could probably do that with these bugs that I have. So I may have to try that with the bugs because this one has a bug and I think I have the same size bug that I can layer over that. So we'll check it out.
All
Good
right.
idea. Okay.
This needs something.
I've got my little scout in here I'm going to die cut out of. There we go. So I've got the door closed and I told Pat, he had it like a list of things he was going to do. And one of them was his devotion. And then the other one was unload the dishwasher and stuff. And he's like, well, I'm going to do my devotions first. And I said, no. I said, you need to unload the dishwasher first because that's going to make the most noise. I
There
said,
you
and then do your devotion while we're live. And he's like, okay.
Jim's over at my sister's house right now, installing some shelves into her coffee air
Okay.
corner,
Uh-huh.
and then he's going to finish installing her dishwasher.
Oh, that's nice. Is she getting all
Yeah.
situated?
It's getting there. She figures it'll take her a year before she's finally gone through all the stuff and decided what to keep and what to
Oh
toss.
gosh, that's such a project.
I mean, she went from 4,000 square feet to 1,800.
Oh wow. So
And
she had
she left half of it back in Washington, and
oh
she
my
still has
gosh.
too much for the house. So,
Wow. She had a big house. That's a big
oh,
house.
yes, she did. Well, at one point, she had 8 dogs and 13 cats.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, mercy, that's a lot. Oh wow.
Well,
Well, I'm
she
glad
rescued
she's
all of them.
oh, did she? That's wonderful. I'm glad
Yeah.
she's near her family now, so that's good.
Yeah, we are very glad she's near
I
family.
I understand that completely because my sister moved away. Now she wasn't very far away, but it just felt like because my kids felt it too because my sister and I did everything all the time with my kids. And she was gone for several years and they felt like they lost their Aunt Stacy. And so
Ah,
they're so glad to have her back. And we're back to doing everything together again. So it's
oh,
fun.
that's great.
So I completely understand.
Yeah, because we used to see each other once a year. That was it.
Oh yeah,
One
that's
year
hard.
I would go out there, the next year she would come out here.
Yeah, no, we would see each
Yeah.
other more than that, but just not, being able to just run over to, hey, come over and look at this, or, or whatever. Well, and she even had a different church. Yeah, I can layer that up and add some dimension. Great
Yeah, there you
idea.
go. Yeah. Well,
She
my
had a
sister
different,
goes to, oh, go ahead.
I was just saying she was at a different church. So, um, we didn't do Sunday dinners, which I always do them. I have always done them with my kids and stuff. So now she's on the Sunday dinner plan and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
So is your sister going to your church?
Yes, which
Oh,
is
good.
great.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is great.
nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's funny. This is going to sound
I
strange,
mean,
but
if you were wondering what I just have, this here is my folder of stickers.
that's awesome. That's what I should do with that love from all these love from Lizzie's. I should do that with these.
Yeah, I've been collecting these for years.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, I have got for the bits and pieces that have some stuff on my desk that I really don't need to have on it. It's taking up my space. Okay. So I might get more out of this tea.
All
This
right.
is the tea time. Am I mixing them up?
Oh,
I might
okay.
be. Hang on. I might be mixing these up. I am. I'm mixing up the tea time and the ephemera from the Bugs and Kisses. It doesn't matter. I'm
All
getting
right.
some card. I was wondering why it didn't match, but I'm like, I didn't have any ephemera left, so that I had so little left. All right.
Ah,
Well,
there you
it
go.
it goes. I mean, the colors go wonderfully.
That's great.
So anyway, so and I just have like of this particular kit that I just did these two cards with the pattern, the paper. I just have some scraps left, so I'm going to put them on the inside, and then we're going to move on to that full of the other kit.
There you go. There you go. Always
8
a
dogs and
solution.
13 cats. Wow, Cece says.
Yeah. And they're not little dogs, they were Malamutes.
Oh, wow. So where did they go?
Oh,
Did they?
most of them died. She would adopt
Okay.
them older
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Okay.
nobody else wanted.
Okay.
So right
I,
now, all she's got is an Anatolian Shepherd Great Pyrenees mix.
what is it?
Anatolian Shepherd Great Pyrenees.
I've never heard of that.
Huge. Put it that
Oh,
way, huge. You don't
oh my.
have to bend down to pet it.
Oh, wow. That's like Courtney's doodle dog that she has. I call it a small horse.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And she's the sweetest thing. She jumps up on you and she can put her hands on your shoulders. Her
Oh,
hands, her
okay.
paws. Yeah, she's just the sweetest thing.
Well, one thing about Merida, she doesn't jump. She
Oh,
just
okay.
wiggles a lot.
Does she?
Yeah, she gets very excited when people come. Very sweet. Doesn't the kids aren't even afraid because she won't jump.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have used all of the paper up from this kit because I'm putting these last two pieces on the inside of this card, and we are going to have it all gone.
Yeah, just to give you an idea how big she is, just took her to the vet and she weighs 156 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, she's a huge dog.
That's a big one. That
Yeah.
is a big one. Okay. All right. So I have two cards finished.
Yay, I'm
Are
still
you
working on my second, but
okay? All right. Well, I'm gonna bring out
almost
the
done. I
I'm gonna
just
bring out
wanted
the
to get
pieces.
some sparkle.
I'm actually gonna bring out the pieces parts that goes with this ephemera that I was using. So
Okay.
this one, I'm gonna throw that away. That wasn't embossed very well. Okay, so
Okay, that's enough sparkle. There we go. Card number 2 finished.
awesome. That's cute. All right, now here's the paper that goes with the Love from Lizzie Bugs and Kisses. So this all actually goes together. I was getting crazy a minute ago, mixing and matching, but I actually had to because I didn't have any ephemera for that. So anyway, so we've got those. A smash that I think will be fun to use.
Okay, this one I'm going to be doing some cutting. What I do is, if I've got really thin paper, because that's one thing about Spellbinders, it's thin,
Uh-huh.
I will glue it down to a piece of cardstock, and then I'll cut it out.
Oh yeah, the patterned paper. Yes, it is thin.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So I got all these strips here. I'm just going to lay them aside, get them out of my way, and we'll use them as we need them. So this little kit, I think this kit might still be available. It's got a little nice little stamp set that goes with it
That's
as well.
pretty.
It says sending bugs and kisses, birthday wishes, flying
Aw.
by to say hi, a happy hello, and to my love bug. That's cute.
Oh, that is cute.
Anyway, that's what we got there. Looks like I was in the process of making like a fun fold and I didn't get it done. So let's
And you
do
can
it.
go ahead. There you
Yeah,
go.
let's do it. What color do I want to use? I think I got a purple in here. That would go good with it. I have to cut it down because actually we'll just make that be our card base. All right. Do some measuring and make sure I've got it the right size. Looks like it's a little bit off. That's all right. There we go. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then what have we got here? Looks like we have this that could go on the outside. Yep. So that's
Well, I
2
figured out what that one piece was for.
You did.
For the first card.
Oh.
I guess it's not going to happen.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, well.
It'll be what it'll be.
Yes, right. That's right.
So that was 2 and an 8. So I need to make this 1 and 7/8, I think.
Yeah.
So I got it right at 5 1/2. Oh, 5 1/4. All right, that strip that I had left will work out perfect for this edge. Very nice.
Okay, now I'm just guessing at the measurements. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Join the club. That wasn't perfectly straight. Will that lift up? No, we're going to go with it. Okay. Need to be down just a little bit. But...
Okay, this one's gonna be...
I bet. I had
Okay,
this
let's see what
piece.
happens.
I wonder if I was going to layer that
I
up.
am not a mathematician by any means.
Well, neither am I.
Oh. Hey, look at that. Whoa. Look at that.
That looks really
I'm
good.
impressed.
That's very good. See? Didn't give yourself credit. Okay, I was just straightening up some edges on here. I think I'm going to figure out what size this is, score it, and we're going to make a flip fold there and just add to it. If I can figure out where my score buddy is, I don't know. Did I have it out? I'm going to grab it real quick. I actually had it where it belonged. Imagine that. Okay, so I actually need to, I'm going to cut that out a little bit. It's too long. 5 1/2. So much go, 2 1/2. Yeah. I think that's right. No, I don't think that's right, Shanna. Need to go 2 3/4, I think. Got an extra score in there that I don't need, but we can cover it up or flatten it out. Oh, there we go. And then we can do this. Doesn't give you much area to write.
Had a pencil mark on there.
Oh,
I'm not
there.
sure how I got it on there.
I think it'll be okay.
That was easy to fix.
Oh, I must have hit my head on the camera. Sorry, folks. Bouncing around there. Sometimes
right.
when I look down to get a really precise look at something, I'll bump my head on there, and I don't mean to. So.
Yeah. All right. So now this one now.
Anything else going on in the chat? We got about 13 people watching right now, so we got a good crowd.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Yes. And maybe some lurkers, but lurkers are welcome.
That's right. I
Yeah.
lurk a lot.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. You got other things going on. And
Okay. All right.
And we'll do it like that. I probably should have put, can I get that up? I can. All right, I can put some pattern paper behind it. I wish this was, it's not double-sided. All right, let's take this and we'll cut it down. So I'm just adding some decorative pattern to this, and then we'll lay that little square down on it and have a double flip fold. I think I need to cut a little bit more off of it. What did I do? Make room for the.
Well, I thought I was ready. I need another piece for behind this.
Well, you'll have to find something and just go with the flow.
Yeah.
So I mentioned it was Pat's birthday yesterday. We had a cookout, and he always wants hamburgers and hot dogs for his birthday. I think I talked about this on my live last night too, but we did that, and he likes. I don't know if I talked about this. He loves a angel food cake with strawberry whipped topping on it, and it's not the easiest thing to make. I don't think. I mean, I suppose. I think the thing of it is it's hard to get the. I use a Pampered Chef crock for the bunt, and it's hard to get it out of there if you
Oh,
don't get it.
really?
If you don't get it, because the mix says don't use any pans that have oil or anything like that. But I sprayed it and floured it and put it in there, and it came out beautifully. So I was kind of grunting and complaining for nothing. It came out just fine. Yes,
Oh, that's
Gloria,
good.
I'm making a joy fold card. I thought it would be fun to you because I already had this for some reason. I had already made this and it was laying in that kit, and I just didn't evidently come to use it. And so I thought, well, it's already there. And I had this cut too. It wasn't the right size. I trimmed it down a little bit, but I thought that's probably where I was headed with those two pieces of cardstock. So Cece says she's still tidying up while she has some energy. Yeah, well, hopefully you can get it all done and get some rest.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of resting with all this.
Yeah.
But
I usually clean on Tuesdays because that's when our small group comes over to the house. So
look, I've got these cut aparts here that I think I could put right on there. Might have to trim them down a little bit, but that'll be fun. Let's do that.
yeah, there you go.
Gloria says, Cece, she totally understands her energy falls throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Pat turned 64 yesterday.
Oh,
He was born in 61.
He's 10 years younger than Jim.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, Jim was born in 51.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I need to trim that off. It's interesting. This side is more narrow than this side anyway, so that's going to work out for me. I don't know how much I need to cut it off, but we're just going to trim until we get it where we want it. Yeah, I think we need more.
Okay. Or should it? No. Put it that way.
This is the part where you're just guessing. I'm not measuring.
Yeah, that's what I did, and mine turned out, so you should be good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just guessing. Just need a little bit more off this bottom here, and I don't know. I don't think the tape measure police are anywhere around, so I think we'll be all right.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, that looks good. That worked out perfect to have that on there. Maybe I thought of that when I was doing that, but I don't remember. So I think it'll work. My glues, I need to refill my glue. I've actually got glue in this other bottle, but it keeps squirting out the side like it just did.
Oh,
And I can't get the lid on straight. I need to take this lid off, clean it up, and put the other lid on it, and then I think I can use it. So we're gonna do a little surgery here right now. I've got so much glue around the edge of this that I can't get it to shut properly.
okay. What to do? What to
I
do?
wonder if I can get that back on there now that I got it cleaned up.
Not sure I'm liking the way this one's coming out.
Well, we don't always like them all. Cece says she was born in 52. Oh my gosh, it just squirted out again. There must be a hole in that or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Goodness.
I gotta
Oh,
glue
good.
that.
Cece, you make me feel young. I was born in 54.
Oh, so yeah, you guys are 2 years apart. So yeah. I'd say, and I probably said this, I always say Pat robbed the cradle because I'm a little bit younger than him. So, and what's
I know,
funny,
we figured out you could be my daughter.
oh, um, what's funny is when we first got married, of course I was, hadn't really gotten into my career, but he was already well into his, and I would say, hey, I need, some money for this or that or whatever. And he would jokingly say, what'd I do? Take you to raise? And then I always followed that up with, when you rob the cradle, you have to raise them. So that was our little comedy routine we had.
Oh, that's cute.
Trying to get the glue off my fingers. But I'm sure, because he was, a bit older and I was younger, so it probably did feel like he was raising me a little bit, but
Yeah.
who knows? When I
No,
mean,
Jim.
I was 22 when we got married, so I mean, I wasn't a baby or anything, by any means like that. But that's young, and your maturity level and all that, everything.
Yeah.
But
I was 19.
oh, were you?
At 19 when we got married. Yep.
Yep, that's young. That is.
Went to college for 1 year. Still don't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, we had a 4-year engagement because he was insisting that I be graduated before we get married. So, which was
Okay.
very smart. He had already, he was already graduated and everything. So, but that was smart. He's always been pretty smart about stuff like that. Yeah, I think I might even color this up. I might even color this up and play with it. So let me get some colors real quick.
Okay.
I don't know what I want, but I'm just gonna bring some in. Yeah, we all, your kids are in their fours. Cece's kids are in their 40s. The older I get, the more chronic pain and issues I have.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's for
Oh,
sure.
yes.
Oh, Temperance has said she was born in 2007.
Oh, yes, she was.
She's the kid.
That's my
She's the kid on the block here. She's
that's
the
my
kid at the party.
granddaughter.
She's the kid at the party. Yeah. Let me see. So yeah, my kids are older. Courtney was born. We were married in 92. She was born in. Oh, we were married in. No, we were married in 90. She was born in 1992, and Hannah was born in 1997. So my kids are getting up there too.
Yeah,
I
well.
can't believe I got a 30
Hey,
plus.
Tempe, how old is your mother? she going to tell us? Does she know how old her mother is?
She might not. I never knew how old my mom was. Oh man, that bled. Oh well, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna use a darker color over it. But yeah, my mom, we never knew how old she was because she was always 29
That's right. Well,
when I
my
started.
daughter's 36 and I'm 49.
There you go. Just doing
Yeah.
a little coloring, so I'm getting quiet here because I'm trying to focus.
Yeah, and this card that I'm making is nothing like I planned. So we'll
That's
see
all
what
right.
happens.
Yeah, sometimes you get derailed. Sometimes on a live, I'll misplace stuff. She says 48, I believe 47 question mark.
Um, let's see. Let's see. Steph was 83 plus 6. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. That's about right. I know she's close to 50.
And
So
Gloria's asking Temperance, does she craft? And she says, I do craft sometimes. I make cards with grandma sometimes. And I also do diamond art and drawing. I've never done diamond art. Do you do that, Daria?
I do.
Do
I
you?
do.
I've
Yep.
never done that. I think it'd be fun to
It
try.
is. It is, especially in front of the TV. You just kind of mindlessly put these things in, and
Oh,
all of a sudden
really?
this picture shows up.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
I've never tried it. I think that's a rabbit hole that Lynn just went down, LV Handcrafted. I think she had
Oh,
said
okay.
she just started trying that. So, but no, I've never tried it.
Yeah. But that's where I draw the line. I'm not doing anything else. I said I'm getting too old to add any
Yeah,
other crafting into my arsenal.
yeah. I was watching Beth Adilly with that embroidery machine, which those things are very expensive.
Oh,
And I
yes.
was like, oh, I kind of like that, but not at that cost. Those are very
No.
expensive, but
That and
but
quilting. Never got
yeah.
into quilting. Lots of friends who do it. They come up with beautiful things, but and I was teasing one of my friends. I said, "What's the purpose of taking perfectly good fabric, cutting it up into little pieces just to
Uh,
put it back together again?"
yeah.
And she
My
says this, and then she goes to me. She goes, "The same reason you take perfectly good paper, cut it up, and put it back together again."
uh-huh.
I
My
said, "Okay,
mom
you got me."
my mom Lisa does quilting and she makes beautiful quilts.
Oh,
Um, but it takes some time. I mean, she
it does.
when there's a baby coming, she's planning ahead and getting it all ready and usually she'll make them a quilt and she'll make them a little doll to go with it.
Oh, wow, how
So
sweet.
yeah. Now the youngest boys, she made a quilt and a pillow to go with their bedding, so they've got that. But
Nice.
anyway,
Oh, hmm. Hmm.
this is coming out all right. I like it.
Yours? Yeah.
My mom was in 1977 is what she's saying. Is that right?
In 87?
She
No,
said 70.
77.
She said 77.
77.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
that's right. That's right.
All right. I was born in 68.
Who was that?
I was born in 68,
You
1960. Yeah, I was
okay.
born in 1968.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a spring chicken.
Uh,
I don't know.
I think that turned out pretty good. I'm gonna fussy cut that thing out and we're gonna use it on this card. Hopefully the colors will look, I think it'll pop off of there because I got a lot of blue going and we'll just kind of put it on there like that.
This
So
needs something else. I'm not sure what.
Gloria said to Temperance she's glad that she has some fun, crafty hobbies. I've got one of the guys on our praise team, his daughter, crochets, and she just took it up and she has been making beautiful stuff, and it's so cute. Like purses and just all kinds of stuff she's making. And it's so funny because we have praise team practice before church, and he brings the kids in. And this is his oldest daughter. His youngest daughter actually sings with us. And his older daughter, she sits there in the pew just crocheting away while we're at practice. It
Oh,
is so
wow.
cute to see a young teenager, you know, um,
Do
interested in a hobby like that so much so that, she carries it around with her everywhere and does her, just like a little old lady. So cute. But I love watching her. A lot of times when we're practicing, I'll be practicing and I'll be watching her sitting there just crocheting away in the pew. It's so cute.
Yeah, that's I crochet some, not a lot.
I haven't in a while. My grandmother taught me very young how to crochet, and I used to crochet all of my Barbie clothes for my Barbie dolls and
Oh,
everything.
wow.
And but it's been a while since I've done anything. I don't even have any yarn, I don't think. Oh, I have that big, thick, chunky yarn because I thought I'd make one of those blankets, but I never did.
Yeah, they say they're easy to make,
Well,
but
especially you use your hands, but haven't gotten far enough into it to get it done. So I just rolled them up into a ball, a couple decorative balls, and set them out on one of my shelves in the living room. So they're
so,
displayed as decoration.
all right.
Yarn
Oh, there
balls.
it is. I lost my little piece. I found it. Yeah, my yarn is shoved in a closet.
I also have a bunch of wood blanks and stuff like that I picked up like at the Dollar Tree,
Okay.
that you can make wood projects with. I was on this sign making binge for a while where I made all those wooden signs and decorated them up and everything. And then I kind of got off that binge. So now I've got all these wood pieces. I mostly don't have as many signs because when I did that cleanup, I took a lot of stuff to the mission, and some of those signs and the wood, even the plain ones, I sent them with the stuff. And I thought, well, there's crafty people that shop at I missed a spot here, that shop at the mission, so they might want some of those things.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, not crazy about this card, but maybe maybe something else will happen with it later.
yeah, we don't love them all. So is this your third one or your second one?
My third one.
Okay, all right. Like I said, I'm not paying attention. I'm yakking and crafting here. I need those sticky scissors for this foam tape.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my third
Okay,
one.
now let's see. 3, 2, 4.
I don't know what you feel about it, but we could probably do this again next week with the kits that we have. Just,
We probably could. Yes, I've got enough
kind of
stuff.
bust them up and get rid of them.
Yep. I really need to do that. I just discovered when I was going through all the stuff,
Uh-huh.
um, I'm still looking at it. Uh, I discovered that I have 3.5 Spellbinders Christmas kits yet.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and I'm going,
Um,
I really need to use these.
you know what we need to do?
What's that?
Um, in July, bust those out.
Oh, there you go. That sounds
Christmas
like
in
a plan.
July.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do that and just have like a Christmas in July binge. And
mhm.
each Monday, then you can work through them. I think that'd be fun.
I think so too. That sounds like a great plan.
Okay. We'll have to remember it. Write it down.
Yeah. Well, I've got one of the big kits where they gave you like 25 card bases with it.
Uh-huh.
Some 5x7, some of the A2 sizes, and whole bunch of paper, whole bunch of ephemera. I said I could probably use that one all month.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I
It
can
was
do
one
it.
of those things that I just had to have it.
Oh, I know. I know. I was looking at something the other day that somebody was showing, and I was like, oh, I need to get that. And I was like, Shanna, you do not need to get that. You have
Right.
got all these things coming in that you have to work with. You do not need that.
Yeah, I'll do
So,
that. Yeah. And like I said, I look at all my stash and I said, I really do not need to buy anything. I mean, not good for the people that are trying to make a living,
yeah, right, exactly, for sure. Yeah,
but
yeah, I understand that. Well, I see some of these craft room videos. I watch a bunch of craft room videos. I love that. It's relaxing to me, and I just like to watch them. But some of them, I'm like, I was watching one the other day, and I was sitting there thinking, you can't use in your whole lifetime. You're not going to use this stuff.
yep,
There
yep.
was so much stuff, and I was like, there's no way you could use it.
Well, Tempe will be happy. Her inheritance is my
Yeah,
craft room.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking, my niece, my sister's granddaughter, Gentry, would like my stuff because um, she used to come in the summers, and she probably will again this summer. Um, she would come, and sometimes I might have her by myself. I don't just she and I, because it would work out that she would be next door, um, and she would come over, and so she and I would have a day. And she was such a little crafter, and I thought, oh, she would like this stuff. So she was a little production worker. We'd make when I was making those mug rugs, she would just help me
Okay.
put them all together and everything. And so
Cool.
this one turned out really nice, and it was
Oh,
kind of
that is nice.
a
I
fun
like it.
surprise because I had this cut, and I evidently was planning on making it, but I didn't get to it. So definitely very, very fun.
That turned out better. But
I
definitely better than mine. It
I need
it needs something.
I need to
I
put
haven't.
white inside here so you have an area to write on. So I
Yeah,
need to do that.
definitely.
I have some scrap whites that I can bring into it, I think.
We'll see.
It'll be okay.
Uh,
That will almost fit in there. So I just need to cut it down a little bit. Using up my scraps. I think I told you I took all my cards to the, well, not all of them, but a lot of my cards to the church, and I noticed yesterday that the containers are getting thinner, so people are getting some of them, so that's good.
Good. That's a good idea. I should
Yeah.
probably do that.
Well, I just can't store them all. I just, my room's small, and I just can't store them all. Now, I have a lot of embellishments that came with this particular kit. You got lines of the bigger ones and 3 lines of the smaller ones. I need to use some of them as well. So, anyway, I'll lay some of those down.
We'll see. We'll see.
You're still auditioning what you're going to do, or?
Yeah, still trying to decide. It needs something. We'll figure it out
Oh, I'm sure.
at some point. Hmm.
I think when we go out, I'm going to have breakfast at brunch. So sometimes we have breakfast, sometimes we have lunch, but I think I'm going to have breakfast because I'm thinking I want to get an omelet and some bacon. That's what I'm thinking. Sounds good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Sounds really good. Last night for dinner, we just ate what was left over from lunch. Is what we did.
Yeah.
I felt bad because it was Pat's birthday and I had that live and I went out and I said, "How are you ready to eat?" And he's like, "I've already fed myself." I was like, "Oh, it's his birthday," and I was totally ignoring him because I had that live. Felt bad about it, but
Oh well, he had his birthday in a very inconvenient time.
yes, poor guy. Well, they had that scheduled. We've even got one scheduled for Mother's Day.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so 5:30 on Mother's Day. I'm going to be going live, which by then all of our activities are over anyway, because we do it, we always celebrate after church. So by then
Yeah.
everybody's home and we've had our naps and we're good to go. So,
Yeah. Well, we usually don't celebrate on Mother's Day because my one daughter can't come for one reason or another. The other one is doing something else. Third one is probably going to be working. So we
yeah,
usually do it a different weekend then,
yeah, lots of
which
times you
is
have to do
fine.
that with different holidays.
Yeah, it's a day on a calendar.
Yeah, yep. Oh, that's going to work.
I think I think I'm going to do that. Are you working on your third one now? Or your fourth
Um,
one?
what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of cutting these cut aparts apart. And these, I think, if I made some little, I think these I could make a bunch of little tags that could go on gifts. I think this could be cute with
Oh
these.
yeah.
So I think I might do that. I've got so basically I have 4 of the lighter purple and then 2 of these more buggy ones that could be like tags for presents is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like little 3x3s or whatever. Actually, I have another one there. And then I've got this amount of paper left, so we'll make another card while we're sitting here and come up with something. So this color is a little bit different than the other colors because it's more yellow. That might go with it. All right. So let's see what we got. Wonder if that would look okay on that. I'm using these card bases from Hobby Lobby. Oh, I could do that. Let's do that. Okay. Just keeping it simple. Let's go 4.
Yeah, I make my card bases and sometimes they're just a little bit off.
Oh, mine are too. I have to cut them every time. I'm just like, very rarely do I get one that I'm like, oh, boy, I did that exactly right. And I'm using the score buddy. I'm using the corner. I'm using it's even marked. So I don't
I
know what it is.
I
I
think
think
the
it's the box of
cardstock
paper.
is I
Yep.
think the cardstock is just a little bit bigger.
Yep. I think it's
Just
the box. Yep. The box of paper. I get it
yeah,
mine in a case. And I think that's what it is because I'm like, what in the
yeah.
world? How's that look? There you go. A little bit low. I always want to go too high on that for some reason.
Is anybody still there? Or did we put everybody to sleep?
No, we've got 10 people watching. They're
All
and
right.
yeah, Cece says, Gloria says, pretty cards, ladies. And
Thank you.
Cece says, I'm one of those people who has too much stuff to use in a lifetime. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Um, and Cece said, your cards are awesome, you two. Well, thank you. We're just having fun, spending time together.
Yep. One of these days I will take a trip out to Indiana.
That'd be fun. I have this cardstock that looks like it'll fit perfectly in this
Now,
area
does
here. So
Delise live anywhere near you, Shanna?
she is in Illinois, and
Oh, okay.
so I'm not sure how close. I'm not sure exactly where at in Illinois, but I mean it's I don't know how is she close to Chicago or I don't know where she is, but But yeah, I mean, it would be an easy drive there for sure.
Probably closer than I think, well, what we figured out, we're only like 9.5 hours apart.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
And
you
but I
you
think
could
she
do it
would,
in a day.
yeah, she would be like
Yeah,
a
she would be.
three or
She'd
four.
have to meet us at your house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that'd be fun. We could have a little crafty meetup. Okay, now I did that.
But
So,
then your husband would have to entertain mine.
oh well, my husband can entertain anyone. Let me tell you, he's never met a stranger. He could just entertain anyone. So he yeah, that's 4 1/4 by 2.5. Okay, 4 1/4 by 2.5. I
Okay.
want to go 4 1/4. Let's start at 4 and see what we get.
All right.
Yeah, no, he has no problem talking to anyone. I mean, and I think I've told you this before. The girls in the grocery store know him because he's just a little social butterfly.
Ah,
I'm always teased him. I'm like, he's like, oh, I'm just being friendly. I'm like, oh my goodness, these girls think you're their boyfriend or something because he's just so friendly. It's hilarious.
yeah. Sounds like my son-in-law. And it's like everybody knows him. My daughter
Yeah,
says it gets a
that's how
little
Pat is.
tiring when you go somewhere
You
and you
can't,
have no idea who the people are, and he's
yeah,
off yabbing away.
but it also works out when you don't want like, and this sounds terrible, but my husband is fantastic when we go to the funeral home. He knows exactly what to say. He can keep, and I'm always a little more timid. Like I want to make sure I say the right thing and everything. But
Right.
he had, he experienced loss very, very young, and so he's fantastic at that. So, and I'm not as good. So it's great for that purpose, that he always
Yeah.
has the right words to say and can relate and everything. So I like that. I brought that back in and I think that looks pretty.
Oh,
I
that.
wouldn't
Oh, what?
normally
Oh, I
do
like
that,
the
but
way you did that. Yes.
yeah, that's not normally
Very
something I would
nice.
do. So that just kind of flowed anyway. But yeah,
I like when that happens.
yeah, yeah. No, he's very, very chatty. We can't hardly go. In fact, if I need him to run to the store to get something, like I'm in the middle of cooking, don't stop to talk, just get it and get back. Temperance says she's still here.
Hey, Tempe.
Glad we haven't bored you. Yeah, I'm gonna lay that on there too, and I'm gonna pop it up. We're gonna have some dimension on this particular card because I'm popping
You're
up
gonna
multiple
have to,
ones.
Tempe. You're gonna have to come over and to craft with me again sometime.
Yeah, if we could figure out how to do another camera at your house, we could put her on the screen with us.
Oh, there you go. How does that sound, Tempe?
That'd be fun.
Mm.
I made a video. I think I you know this. I don't. The crowd probably doesn't know it, but I made a video with Hannah's boys, and we made some cards and stuff, and it was hysterical. I mean, hysterical. Um, a 6 and an 8-year old or however old they were at the time or whatever. It was hilarious. They were putting their hands in and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and and I was working on making it to upload, and then I decided to keep it private and leave all of
Okay.
it in so that they could see it. I mean, one of them farted extremely loud in the middle of it. We had that on there, and the same one then said on there, "Is it okay if I go poop?" And I have all of this on there. So I decided it's going to be a private video. I'm leaving it all in and I'm just sharing it with them. So that's what I wound up doing. Now I think the boys probably were sad because they wanted to be YouTube sensations, but I just thought it was so cute and so funny that I just had to leave everything in and just send it to the parents and let them get a kick out of it. I said, you guys just have to watch this. It's hilarious. So it was fun.
Oh, that
But
does sound like fun.
yeah, they are I ought to go. Okay, you talk for a minute. I'm going to go in and get the cards they made Pat and show them real quick. So just chitty chat for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. You want me to talk? Oh my goodness, I don't know how to do that. No, that's one reason I don't do YouTube videos. I really don't know what to say. Um, and I don't have I can't see the chat, so I can't answer any chat thingies.
Well, I'm back, so no
Oh,
problem.
good. Thank you, Shanna.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't take long. It was in the great room. So Gloria says that's a great yellow card. I think it's turned out nice. I'm not completely done with it, but I like the dimension on there with the different layers and stuff. But so here's the birthday cards that they made for Pat. This one, Pat loves John Wick. I don't know if you guys have watched the John Wick movies. They're very
No.
action packed, very they're good. They're very good, but they're very action packed. Well, anyway, so this looks like John Wick. And
Oh, okay.
so Wyatt made this for his birthday card, and he's got John Wick, and I mean it looks like John Wick in the
That's
movies.
great.
It does. And he put "Happy birthday, love you so so much, Pap." And then this is the younger one, and he did. This is our house, he said, and this is we have a big gray sectional, and I had some gold pillows on it throughout the winter. Now we've moved to green, but this is our sectional, and it has a big ottoman that the kids play in. And so I put the ottoman there. And this is the TV. And I believe that he has made my craft room here.
Oh,
And these are the
wow.
amplifiers and stuff.
Oh,
Um, so
fun.
I don't know. I think this is maybe the front bedroom, the bedroom that they stay in, and this is the porch. I don't know. But this is the driveway, and this Pat has a big red trailer. And so this is the red trailer, this is the black truck, and then this is the front yard. And the
Ah,
fence. I don't
so
anyway.
nice.
So
And,
and then he also drew Pap and Nana and some trees and put "I love you" the sun. So isn't that cute? They're very
aw,
now
those are adorable.
yeah, they're very they like to color and draw and build things and all that and everything. It's fun. Huh. Wonder how I could put this. I need a smaller one. Do I have a smaller candle? Yes, I do. I feel like I could put a candle inside of this. I think I need to trim it down a little bit. And we
Okay.
can have a candle in our. Is that going to work? I don't like it now that I trimmed it down. My stomach's growling. What time is it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's 11:17.
Oh, I lost track of time.
Yeah, I did too. We've been going an hour and 17 minutes at this point.
Okay, so
I don't
maybe
think I
this
like.
will
I
be
don't
the
like.
last card.
Yeah, I think so. I don't like this candle now that I've cut it down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. Should I add it or not?
Oh, I like it.
Do you? It's
Yeah, I do. I
a little
like
tall.
it. Yeah, maybe if you cut
A
a little
little.
bit of the white off or some at the top, maybe that'll.
Yes, that's what we need to do. Since I cut the bottom off, let's cut the white off. And I'm using these great big scissors with my little ones. You know, I finally broke down and got some little scissors after you said you always cracking up because I use those great big scissors to fussy cut.
I
I
know.
did.
Yeah. I really don't understand how you can do it.
So I finally broke down and got some smaller ones.
So, which do you prefer, big ones, or doesn't it matter?
I don't think it matters, but these are fine, so you can, but I think you can get in there a little bit tighter with these. Yeah, this will help it to fit better, and I think it'll make it look better on the lantern. That was the word I was looking for. I have a lantern that one of the families at church bought me, and actually they bought several of them because they bought me one, my sister one, my brother one when our mom passed away, and it was so nice. But it sits on my table underneath my TV, and the boys every once in a while want to open it up, the little ones, and I'm always like, no, that's Nana's precious thing. Do not mess with it. I'm gonna glue that thing straight down. But it has a little saying on there about your mom,
Oh,
and
nice.
nice. So I thought it was so nice that that was an expense because he did it for all of the siblings, and he knows us all. So it was. Oh my gosh! Look at what happened. I picked up that wrong glue bottle.
Oh, oh no.
Well, I'm gonna put some glue on that, and then we're gonna clean it off.
I think you need a new glue bottle, Shanna.
Well, I need to throw that one away. It's full of glue, and I tried to fix it on the live here a minute ago, but it didn't work. So, oh my goodness. Problem solved. Okay, now we need to blot that off because that's way too much glue. All right, these things can be fixed, I think. Yeah, we'll
All
have
better?
Yep, it's
Good.
there. As long as you act fast. Except my hands are covered with glue like yours were earlier.
Yeah. I guess that's the theme for today.
Yeah.
Sticky
Calamity
hands.
of errors. We're having a calamity of errors today.
Well, that's what crafting's all about.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever made a card without something going wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's, handmade.
They're opportunities.
Yes. I probably don't need this, but because I'm trying to use up the ephemera, we can do some tucking in there. I kind of like that one better, I think. Yeah, that looks more like what's on the paper. Now, that is not the one I want to use, but I can get the glue off the side of the bottle, probably.
Oh. Oh.
Or if my husband's in there starving, thinking, when's she going to get done so we can go eat?
Yeah, these cards are pretty simple for me.
Well, the kit certainly helps to. The kits help to make them pretty simple.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
I can save the last card for next week.
Yes.
So
You can.
I'll be ahead of the game. Yay.
Yeah. So let's just drag this stuff out next week and see if we can blow it up. And I had a little when I cleaned that glue off there, I kind of messed it up a little bit right there. So I'm gonna lay a couple embellishments there and cover it up.
There you go.
So I got 4 cards made. How many did you get made?
I got 4 cards made.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well,
Yep.
I'm trying to get things cleaned up so I can
Me too.
I need to find my mouse pad, or my mouse is what I'm looking for, so that I can put you on the big screen and you can show your 4 cards and then I'll show my 4 cards and we'll, oh no, a glue blob. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I can't
those
find the
Gloria,
needle for my glue bottle. Oh, there it is, right in front of me.
yeah. Gloria said those were great cards for Pap. Yeah. My husband is Pap and my dad is Pappy. So
Cute.
that's what the kids call him, Pap and Pappy. So that's cute. I didn't use this mesh. We'll have to use this next week. I've got to use this mesh and this lace. We've got to do that. So,
Okay.
okay. All right. All right. Let me grab my mouse and I'm going to move you to the big screen. There you go. Well, can I get you bigger?
I don't know. There we go. Yeah.
That's a little bit
That's a
bigger.
little bigger. Okay.
All right.
Well, anyway, let's see. This is card number 1. It's a shaker. So
That's cute. You've got good sound with it. I always love shakers that have the good sound.
well, I use those micro beads.
Okay, the
They
beads
help
are
things move around and they make sound. So that's
yeah, the
what I
beads
like
are
them.
I love the beads.
Yeah.
Cat Scrappiness has a bunch of beads, and I love the beads for the shakers.
Okay, and card number 2. Then that's
Cute.
the one where I popped it up by
Yep.
cutting.
And you got to use some strips.
And card number 3, which I'm still trying to decide whether I like or not.
I like the color scheme for
Well,
sure.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's nice. And then card number 4, that's
Oh, that one's super
upside
cute.
down. There we go.
That is super cute.
Yeah, it says you can't have rainbows without a little rain.
Yep.
So
it's a good card.
So those are my 4 cards.
All right. And Gloria says, nice live, ladies.
Thank you, Gloria.
And Temperance said, those are so pretty.
Thanks, Temp.
Okay, I'm going to switch this real quick. And I've got my 4 cards, and I can't remember what order I made them in. But I've got this one with the floral elements. I think this was the first one. It was a scrap piece of blue cardstock
Yeah.
that I laid down on there, and then just use the pre-made sentiment on there.
I like the cluster on that one.
Yeah, I just kind of clustered them up. And then this was the one that I had already had like a card base and this little thing made up. And I thought, oh, I must have been planning to make a joyful card. And
Yeah.
so I think it turned out nice.
That turned out great.
Ruby D said your cards were beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
Cece said, very cool, Daria. Daria,
You,
sorry.
Cece.
Cece, yeah. So anyway, and I put a little white in there, so
Like
I've got
that.
a small space for a message. And then I did this one, and I just had, bits and pieces of that left. And so I brought in some of those Love from Lizzie strips to fill in the gap,
That's a great idea.
and then threw some bugs down. I did that the other day too. It
Yep.
just dawned on me, and I thought, well, that kind of, and then I used the little die that was in there with it and did that. And then I think this one, but it's between these two for favorites. But I think I like this one because normally I wouldn't bring back in the base color like that, but it just seemed,
But
it
I
was
like
perfect
it.
shape. I had this blue that was already cut and I laid it down on there, and then I had this strip, and so it was the perfect, the other half of this was the perfect size to put on there, and so it just made sense to do it. So
Yeah.
anyway, so
Very
and
nice. Very
yeah,
nice. I like that.
and Temperance says those are gorgeous. She loves all of the cards. And Ruby says she likes the butterfly card. So yeah, I think it's fun. I think it is fun. So, well, I think we're going to wrap up here so that I told my sister 11:30ish for our lunch, and it's 11:26, so we're going to be right on the money. So
Great.
we appreciate everybody joining us. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for hopping by. Thanks, Cece. Cece said she loves mine too, and Ruby said awesome job, both of you. And so
Thank you, Ruby.
we'll just wrap up, and then same time next Monday, Lord willing. Sometimes we have things that pop up that cause
Right.
Daria and I to have to cancel or whatever, or one of us, if Daria can't make it, sometimes I can hop on, but you never know. But we'll plan that we can bust up some kits next Monday as well. So thanks
Sounds
for
good.
joining us, and we'll see you. Hang on, I need to get you back up there. And we'll see you soon. So take care.
All
We're going to
right.
end our live, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.